Okay, class, let's finish taxation on corporations. Alright, so before we finish our handouts, let's go back to our G-sheets. So class, open mo yung create versus train. Ayan. So isa-isahin natin yan. Summarize lang natin yung mga na-encounter natin na differences between create and train law. Okay, so doon ka sa corporations class. For corporations, again, from domestic corp, resident foreign, and non-resident foreign, dati 30% sila. Now, it's for domestic, 25 or 20%. For resident foreign, 25. Non-resident foreign, 25. So, ingat ka dun sa effectivity dates. Okay? Domestic corp and resident foreign, starting July 1, 2020. So, lagay ko dito, class, ha? So, yung RSET, starting July 1, 2020 yan. Alright? And then, for non-resident foreign, January 1, 2021 naman. Sa MSET, dati 2%, ngayon 1% na. So, yung MSET, starting or from July 1, 2020 to June 30, 2023, this is 1%. Okay? Now, IAET, sa train law, 10% yan. Sa create, fortunately, wala na yan. So, repealed na. Interest on foreign currency deposit under FCDS, sa train law, it's 7.5. Sa create, 15% na yan. Okay, capital gains on sale of unlisted shares, dati 15 and 10%, ngayon 15%. Okay, dividends received by domestic from foreign corporation, okay, dati automatic ordinary income siya, so ngayon pwedeng exempt if ma-meet niya yung 5 requirements enumerated under section 27D. Okay, proprietary education institutions, sa train to 10%, 1% na siya ngayon, pero starting July 1, 2023, back to 10%. ROHQ, 10%. Pero starting January 1, 2022, 25%. Okay? Taxable as a regular foreign corporation. OBU, exempt siya or 10% dati. Pero ngayong class, effective immediately, taxable na siya as a regular corporation. Okay? 25%. Okay? So, let's proceed to number 12 sa handouts natin class. For 12 and 13, ito yung transition. Okay? So, tignan natin, kaya be careful sa board exam. Titignan mo lagi yung dates. Alright? Kasi ito yung mga important. Sige, apply natin yan. Let's go to number 12. Company X, a domestic retailer, has gross sales of 1.4 billion. Alright? And cost of sales of 560 million, allowable deductions of 150 for calendar year 2020. Okay? So, encircle mo yung 2020 na yan. It's 4th year of operations. Total assets, 180. Okay? And then, yung land naman, 50 million, and then yung building, 25 million. So, ang gagawin ko dyan, class, computing ko muna yung RSET. Alright? So, RSET ko dito, meron akong gross sales. It's 1.4 billion. Okay? And then, yung cost of sales, I have 560 million. Alright? So, makukuha ko yung gross income, which is 840 million. Alright? I have allowable deductions na 150 million. Therefore, my net taxable income is 690 million. Okay. So, class, ang issue dito is since 2020 yan, alright? Yung July 1, 2020, 25% ka dyan. Pero yung January 1 to June 30, 2020, 30% yung RSET mo. Okay? So, half of the year, 30%. Second half of the year, 25%. So, paano gagawin mo dyan, sir? Kasi class yung land, yung assets dito, 180 minus yung land, it's still beyond 100 million. So, 25% yung RSET. So, sabi sa tax code class, or sa, according to BAR, i-proporate siya, assuming dito, incurred evenly, monthly. Okay? So, kukunin mo yung per month. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin dito, divide mo per month, divide by 12, 690 million, divided by 12, okay? 57.5 million per month. Alright? So now, tingnan natin, yung RSET natin is computed as 57.5 million. Ito yung from January 1, 2020 to June 30, 2020. Okay? Ito naman yung July 1, 2020 to December 31, 2020. Okay? Now, 57.5 million times 6 months times 30%. I get here, so 57.5 times 6 months times 30%. Okay. Nakuha ko dito, class, is 103.5 million. 103.5 million. Okay. Dito naman, 57.5 million per month times 6 months times 25%. Okay, 57.5 times 6 times 0.25. I get here 86.25 million. Okay, so add natin yan. Plus 103, 189.75 million. 189.75 million, this is our RSIT. Okay, transition. Okay, may transition tayo. 30% first half, 25% second half. Let's compute for MSIT. Yung MSIT naman class, so we know it's based on gross income. Okay, may gross income tayo na 840 million. I-assume natin na earned evenly yan every month. So 840 million divided by 12, that is 70 million per month. Tama? Okay, so ganito gagawin ko sa MSIT. Yung MSIT natin class, take note na naging 1% siya starting July 1, 2020. So ibig sabihin, from January 1, 2020 to June 30, 2020, 2% gagamitin natin. Okay? Starting July 1, 2020 to December 31, 2020, 1%. Okay? Ayan. Since 70 million per month tayo, 70 million times 6 months times 2%. You get? 70 million times 6 months times 2%. Okay, you have 8.4 million for the first half of the year. 70 million per month times 6 times 1%. Okay, 70 million times 6 times 0.01, you get 4.2 million. 8.4 million plus 4.2 million, you get 12.6 million. MSIT natin, 12.6 million. So, yun sagot natin class sa requirement 2. So, requirement 1, 189.75 million. Requirement 2, 12.6 million. Requirement 3, determine the income tax payable. Obviously, piliin natin whichever is higher. Answer, 189.75 million. Alright. Requirement 4, assuming the taxable period of Company X is ending April 30, 2021. Okay. So, paano yun, sir? April 30, 2021. So, ibig sabihin, class, parang ganito yan. Ita-timeline mo siya. Okay? April 30, okay, 2020 yung start niya, and then April 30, 2021 yung end niya. Tama? Now, yung transition natin is July 1, 2020. July 1, 2020. So, April 30, May, June. So, may 2 months ka. Okay? May 2 months ka dito, may 10 months ka dito. Gets? Okay. So, ang gagawin natin dyan, dito na lang natin i-compute. Okay? Dito natin siya i-compute. So, ang gagawin ko dito, yung RSIT natin ngayon, sa question number 4, since meron tayong 57.5 million per month, okay? April 30, 2022, actually gawin nating May 1, okay? May 1, 2020, okay, to May, June. Okay, June 30, 2020, which is 2 months. Okay, 2 months siya. Gagawin ko lang dyan, class. 57.5 million times 2 months, times 2, times 30%. Okay? So, 57.5 million times 2 times 30%, you get 34.5 million. 34.5 million. Okay? Yung isa naman, from July 1, 2020 up to April 30, 2021, which is for 10 months. Okay? Gagawin ko dyan, 57.5 million times 10 times 25%. Okay? 57.5 times 10 times 0.25. I get here 143.75 million. Add natin yung dalawa. Plus 34.5 million. 178.25 million. This is your final answer. This is your RSIT. Okay? Yung MSIT naman, dito na natin gawin. So, erase natin to. Ang gagawin ko dyan, class, we computed earlier na yung MSIT mo or yung gross income per month is 70 million. Tama? Now, gawin natin, same lang dito. From May 1, 2020 to June 30, 2020, which is 2 months. And then yung isa naman, July 1, 2020 to April 30, 2021. Okay. So, 70 million per month times 2 times 2%. Okay, 70 million times 2 times 0.02. Answer natin class yan is 2.8 million. And then, for this one naman, 70 million times 10 months times 1%. Okay, 70 million times 10 months times 0.01, you get 7 million. Alright? So, 7 million. 2.8 million plus 7 million, M-SIT natin is 9.8 million. Obviously, mas mataas yung R-SIT natin. Income tax payable is 178.25 million. Alright? Number 12, yun yung answers natin. Number 13, last one. Company X or resident foreign has gross sales of 500 million. Cost of sales 300, allowable deductions 75 million for fiscal year ending April 30, 2021. Alright? And then, it's 4th year of operation, so ibig sabihin, subject na yan to M-SIT. Okay? Total assets of 800, included the land of 50. So, 800 minus 50, 750. So, ibig sabihin, nasa 25% pa rin yung gagamitin natin na tax rate. Okay, fixed assets of 200 million. What would be the taxable income for the current taxable year? Okay, so taxable income, actually, compute na natin yung mismong tax rate, okay? O yung taxes na agad, compute natin, wag na yung taxable income. Okay? Para mas comprehensive. Okay, let's start with R-SIT. We have gross sales, which is 500 million. Okay, meron din tayong cost of sales, which is 300 million. Therefore, gross income natin class is 200 million. Right? We deduct the allowable deductions, 75 million. Therefore, net taxable income natin is 125 million. Take note class na yung fiscal year daw ending April 30. Parang nangyari dito. Okay? Ending April 30. Therefore, kunin natin yung net taxable income per month. 125 million divided by 12, it is 10,416,667 per month. Okay? 10,416,667 per month. Alright. So, gagawin ko dito, class, yung M-SIT, yung R-SIT natin, actually, pwede pala natin gamitin to. Yung R-SIT natin, okay, for 2 months muna. Ang gagawin ko dyan, 10,416,667 times 2 times 30%. Okay, so compute natin, class. 10,416,667 times 2 times 30%. So, I got here 6,2 ulit. So, yeah, 6,250,000. 10,416,667 times 2 times 0.3, 6,250,000. Okay? And then, yung 10 months naman natin, 10,416,667 times 10 times 25%. Let's compute. 10,416,7 times 10 times 0.25, 26,041. 667. Okay? Add natin class, plus 6,250,000. R-SIT natin for this problem is 32,291,667. This is our R-SIT. Okay? Dito naman tayo sa M-SIT. So, yung gross income natin sa problem is 200 million. Pag dinivide mo yan by 12, yung gross income per month natin is 16,667. 16,666,667. Ayan. Okay, so compute natin yung gross income natin, which is, ito na, per month. 2 months muna, 16,666,667 times 2 times 2%. Right? You should get, okay, so ulit natin, 16 times 2 times 0.02, 666,667. Alright, and then yung 10 months naman, 16,666,7 times 10 times 1%. Times 10 times 1%, you have, okay, 1,666,667. Actually, class, yung problems 12 and 13 na yan, galing sa BIR yan. Okay, so kinuha natin doon. So mali mo, ito yung tanong actual sa boards, di ba? So plus 666,667, you get 233. M-SIT natin, 2,333,334. Okay? So, ito yung M-SIT mo. But syempre, whichever is higher, so sagot natin dito last, 32,291,667. Alright? Sige, mabilis na lang class. Go to theories. Theory number 1, which of the following is incorrect? A. Domestic corporations are subject to income tax based on net income from all sources, correct? B. Resident foreign corporations are subject to income tax based on net income from sources within the Philippines, correct? Resident foreign corporations are subject to income tax based on gross income, that's correct. D. Proprietary education institutions and hospitals for non-profit are subject to income tax based on gross income within the Philippines at a rate of 10%. So una, mali yung gross income, okay? Net taxable income yan. And also, hindi 10%, 1% yan. So mali yung dog. Number 2, which of the following is wrong? A. Domestic corporations in general are subject to a tax rate of 25% effective July 1, 2020. That's correct. From income within or without the Philippines. Proprietary education institutions and hospitals, which are non-profit, shall pay a tax of 1% on their taxable income, okay, within and outside the Philippines, provided that gross income from unrelated activities exceeds 50%. Yun yung mali doon. Dapat yung related income exceeds 50%. Kasi kapag yung unrelated income exceeds 50%, taxable as a regular corporation to. Okay? Boy is incorrect. Boy yung sagot natin. Basahin na rin natin ibang choices. Resident foreign corporations are subject to a tax rate of 25%. Tama. Domestic corporations, net taxable income not exceeding 5 million. Total assets not exceeding 100 million. Rate of 20%. Correct. Number 3, this term applies to a foreign corporation engaged in trade or business. Answer is letter A, resident foreign corporation. Number 4, which of the following is subject to income tax? SSS, GSIS, no. HDMF or Pag-ibig, no. Local water districts, no. PAGCOR, yes. Number 5, statement 1. In the case of corporations adopting the fiscal year accounting period, the taxable income shall be computed without regard to specific date. When the specific sales, purchases, and other transactions occur, their income and expenses for the fiscal year shall be deemed to have been earned and spent equally for each month. Parang ginawa natin kanina. Divide natin by 12. Okay, divide natin by 12. So, assumption natin incurred evenly per month. Okay? So, correct yung statement 1. Statement 2, the corporate income tax rate shall be applied on the amount computed by multiplying number of months within the fiscal year by the taxable income divided by 12. Ayun. Ginawa natin kanina sa transition, both statements are true, letter C. Number 6, the amount of interest paid or incurred within a taxable year on indebtedness in connection with taxpayer's profession, trade, business shall be allowed as deduction from gross income, provided, however, that the taxpayer's otherwise allowable deduction for interest expense shall be reduced by 20%. Correct yan. So, class, sulat mo dyan, sa train law, 33% yan. Okay, yung non-deductible interest expense is 33%. Okay? Since naiba na yung corporate tax rate natin, naging 25% na, naiba na rin yan. Naging 20% na yan. Kaya yung statement 1 is correct. Pero class, yung interest expense na yan, i-expound natin yan kapag nasa deductions na tayo. Right? Pero correct yung statement 1. Statement 2, provided finally that if the interest income is adjusted in the future, the interest expense shall be adjusted accordingly. That's correct. So both statements are true. Letter C. Number 7, which of the following is true? Dividends received by a domestic corporation from a resident foreign are subject to final withholding tax. Well, pag galing sa resident foreign, pwedeng exempt or pwedeng ordinary income. False, yung A. B, resident foreign corporation from another resident foreign corporation are subject to schedular income tax in the Philippines. Okay, so mali yan. So, kapag resident foreign from another resident foreign, check na natin, ano ba yan? Ano ba yung rule doon? Resident foreign to resident foreign, ordinary income. Okay, so false. Alright? Tama ba? Resident foreign corporation from another resident are subject to schedular income tax in the Philippines. So, that is, okay. So, not always true. Okay? Because, pwede kasing pumasa siya sa predominance test, pwedeng hindi siya pumasa sa predominance test. Okay? So, kaya yung B is not always true. Letter C, non-resident foreign corporation from domestic are subject to final withholding tax. Yun, always true yun. Kasi pag domestic to non-resident foreign corporation, it's either 15 or 25%. So, always true yung letter C. C yung best answer natin. Domestic corporation from another domestic are subject to schedular? Nope, exempt yan. Number 8, interest income on bank deposit. Pag at least 5 years, So, tandaan mo, laging exempt yun. Tama? Boy yung sagot dyan. At least 5 years. Exempt, exempt, exempt. Number 9, lagyan mo ng asterisk yan. Medyo na out of place siya. No? Pero basahin pa rin natin. Statement 1, the entire amount of gain or loss shall be recognized on corporation or on its stock or securities if such corporation is a party to a reorganization and exchanges property in pursuance of plan of reorganization, blah, blah, blah. False yan. Lagay mo sa statement 1, false. Statement 2, sale or exchanges of property used for business under this section shall not be subject to VAT. True yan, okay? So medyo naligaw siya. Actually, statement 1, didiscuss natin yan sa gross income. Yung statement 2, didiscuss natin sa VAT. Okay, lagay mo na asterisk. Babalikan natin yan. But answer dyan is dog. Statement 1 is false. Statement 2 is true. Number 10. Statement 1, the income from bank deposit of a non-stock, non-profit is exempt. What do you think? Class? Answer is false yan. Bakit, sir? So, class, yung pinag-uusapan natin na special corporations, yung mga tax rates nila, applicable lang yun sa income tax. They are still subject to final withholding tax and capital gains tax. So, for this one, yung income from bank deposit ng mga non-stock, non-profit na yan is subject to final withholding tax na 20%. Okay? So, false yan. Income of a non-stock, non-profit educational institution is exempt. That's correct. Alright? So, non-stock, non-profit, exempt yan. Statement 1 is false. Statement 2 is true. Dog. Number 11, which of the following may not be allowed to claim OSD? Answer is letter C, non-resident foreign corporation. Bakit, sir? Kasi class, yung non-resident foreign corporation, in the first place, taxable sila based on gross income. Okay? Tax base niya is gross income. Ngayon, walang sense na mag-OSD ka kasi hindi sila pwede mag-deduct ng any deductions. Alright? So, C yung sagot dyan. Hindi applicable sa kanila OSD. Number 12, a domestic corporation was registered in BIR in 2021. What year would the first MSIT be imposed? Again, 4 years yung bilangan natin. Tama? So, 2021 plus 4, 2025 yung first year na magiging subject to MSIT sila. Letter D or dog, 2025. Number 13, which of the following is correct? A minimum corporate income tax of 1% beginning July 1, 2020. Okay? Until June 30 is imposed on any domestic corporation beginning on the 4th taxable year. Correct. Statement 2, MSIT shall be imposed whenever such corporation has zero or negative taxable income or when the amount of MSIT is greater than RSIT. That's correct. The computation and the payment of MSIT shall apply at the filing the quarterly corporate income tax. So again, yung MSIT is computed quarterly and annually. So statements 1, 2, and 3 are correct. Letter D is the answer. Dog. Alright, MSIT shall apply to which of the following resident foreign corporations? Answer dyan, class, is boy. Okay? Sa international carrier, walang MSIT yan. Okay? Well, first of all, 2.5% on gross Philippine billing. So, based na siya sa gross income, so walang sense na may MSIT pa siya. OBUs and ROH, Regional Operating Headquarters, yes. Boy yung sagot dyan. If the gross income from unrelated activity exceeds 50% of total gross income derived by any private educational institutions, so magiging subject to regular corporate income tax. Ang tawag natin dyan, predominance test, letter D. Number 16, which of the following income is not from a related? Alin daw dito yung unrelated? A, income from hospital where medical graduates are trained, related. B, income from canteen, related. Income from bookstore within the campus, related. Income from rent of available spaces, not related. Dog is the answer. Number 70, the proprietary education institution spent 10 million on the construction of a new school. The amount spent for construction, well, expound natin to sa deductions, no? Pero basically, class, kapag nag-construct yung isang private education institution, may dalawa siyang pwedeng gawin. Pwede niyang i-capitalize and i-depreciate or 100% i-expense na niya agad. Letter A is the answer dyan. May be capitalized or expense outright at the option of the school. Si school yung may option, hindi si BIR. Right? A. ABC Corporation is an international carrier doing business in the Philippines. Its taxable basis, letter A, 2.5% on gross Philippine billings. 19. Rentals, charters, fees derived by non-resident lessor of aircraft, machineries. So pag aircraft nasa taas, Mas mataas siya. So 7.5%, boy. Rentals and charter fees payable to a non-resident owners of vessels. Vessels naman nasa baba. Oy, mas mababa siya. Letter C, 4.5%. Number 21, XYZ University is a non-stock non-profit. Okay, for the year ended December 31, it reported rental income amounting to 150M. Okay, the BIR assessed 45 deficiency income tax for rental income is the, let's say yung 45 million, nandyan na yung mga penalties, mga interest, blah, 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 is the action of the BIR proper. Okay? Well, dapat malaman natin class kung how much yung related and unrelated. Okay? So, tingnan natin. Various tenants. Tingnan natin yung choices. Actually, letter C yung sagot dito eh. Yes, because the leasing of property is not actually directly exclusively related to educational purposes. Okay? So, okay. C yung best answer dito. Though hindi binigay yung related, yung gross income sa related activities, no? Pero I think among the choices, C yung best answer. Alright? So again, alam naman natin yung rule na kapag yung gross income from unrelated, mas mataas sa related, automatic subject to regular corporation na siya. Or treated as regular corporation na siya. So let's assume class na for this one, mas mataas yung unrelated, okay, na rental income kaysa sa related income, letter C is the answer. Okay? Number 22, which of the following statements is correct? Okay, sa number 22 class, dalawa yung sagot natin dyan. Actually, less dalawa. Sa number 22, ang sagot mo dyan, A and C. Right? So, tingnan natin. Letter A, any profit remitted by a branch, office of a multinational corporation to its head office is subject to 15% based on total profits applied or earmarked without deduction for the tax component. Tama yun, di ba? Kasi yung 15% natin na branch remittance tax is applied on the amount, is based on the amount applied or earmarked. So, tama yung A. Yung B naman class, branch profit for purposes of branch remittance tax shall include interest, dividends, rents, royalties, including remuneration, salaries, wages, premiums, blah, 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 during its taxable year from all sources within the Philippines. False yun. Bakit, sir? Because of letter C. For the purpose of branch profit remittance, income items which are not effectively connected with the conduct of trade are not considered branch profits. Okay? So for example, yung balik tayo sa B, okay? 'Di ba yung interest, dividends, royalties, blah blah blah, 'di ba subject to final withholding tax 'yan? Tama? If subject ka sa final withholding tax, hindi ka magiging part of the branch profit remittance. Okay? Kaya mali yung B. So, ang magiging part lang of the branch profit remittance if connected sa business mo. Okay? Well, obviously, yung interest, dividends, royalties, rents na yan, ang assumption natin, hindi yan connected sa business ni branch. Okay? Therefore, boy is incorrect. Ang tama dito, letter A and letter C. Okay? Number 23, ABC Corporation is registered under the laws of Korea. So, ibig sabihin, ano siya? Foreign corporation. Its products are imported and sold at a markup by its exclusive distributor XYZ. So may dalawang corporations. Meron kang ABC na nasa Korea, sa XYZ nasa Philippines. The BIR compiled the record of all the imports of XYZ from ABC and imposed a tax on ABC's net income derived from its exports to XYZ. Is the BIR correct? Okay. Sagot natin dito is boy, okay? No, ABC is a non-resident foreign corporation not engaged in trade or business in the Philippines. Okay. So dito class, ang nangyari, may exclusive distributor sa ABC na located in the Philippines. Separate company yan. Separate corporation, right? So si ABC, hindi siya taxable within the Philippines, right? Wala siyang business in the Philippines. Ang merong business si XYZ. So, dapat si BIR, ang taxan niya sa XYZ. Hindi niya pwedeng taxan dito si ABC. Got it? So, letter B is the answer. ABC is a non-resident foreign corporation not engaged in trade or business in the Philippines. Again, ang taxable entity dito si XYZ, hindi si ABC. Alright. Let's go to number 24. ABC Corporation, a corporation registered in Japan, has a 50 megawatt electric power plant in Laguna. Okay? So, ibig sabihin class, foreign corporation siya, pero meron siyang operation sa Philippines. So, si ABC Corporation sa number 24 is an RFC or Resident Foreign Corporation. Tama? Aside from ABC's income from its power plant, which among the following is considered as part of income from sources within the Philippines? Okay. So basically, application to ng situs of taxation. Tama? So alin daw dito class yung income earned within the Philippines? Letter A, dividends from a 2-year-old Japanese subsidiary, operations in Tokyo, but earns $60% of income in the Philippines? No, kasi hindi siya pumasa dun sa predominance test natin na 3 years a 2-year-old Japanese subsidiary, operations in Tokyo, but earns 60% of income in the Philippines? No, kasi hindi siya pumasa dun sa predominance test natin na 3 years, 50%. 2 years pa lang eh. So, without the Philippines yan. Letter B, interest earned on its dollar deposit in a Philippine bank under the expanded foreign currency deposit, okay? And then royalties from the use in Thailand of generator. So yung interest and royalties, considered sila as intangible properties. Tama? Ano nga ba class yung situs of taxation kapag intangible? Domicile or residence of the owner. Saan nakatira or saan incorporated si ABC Corporation? Dun sa Korea. Korea or Japan? Dun sa Japan. Alright? So, ibig sabihin, yung BNC na yan earned outside the Philippines. Gets? Okay. Letter D, gains from the sale to a Bataan power plant of generators bought from the US. Okay, sale of property, whether personal or real property, location, yung magiging situs of taxation natin. Saan nakalocate yung power plant? Sa Bataan or within the Philippines. Therefore, yung letter D is an income derived within the Philippines. Dog is the answer for number 24. Last item. In 2021, XYZ Corporation, a domestic corporation, so ingat, domestic corporation siya, had a net income of 3 million. So class, erase mo na yung second sentence. Ignore mo yung second sentence na it paid the corporate tax of 30% leaving. Ignore mo yung second sentence, okay? So, let's read again. In 2021, XYZ Corporation, a domestic corporation, had a net income of 3 million. If a dividend is declared by the corporation and received by the following stockholders, which of the following is false? So, ang nag-declare is a domestic corporation. Okay? A. Non-resident alien engaged in trade or business are liable to pay 30% dividend tax. False yun. Kasi pag ang naka-receive is NRA ETB, okay, based sa table natin, 20%. So, mali na yung A. A na agad yung sagot mo dyan. Boy, if ang naka-receive is NRA NETB, 25%, that's correct. Okay? If naka-receive is resident citizen, 10%, that's correct. If yung naka-receive naman is resident foreign corporation, exempt naman yan. That's also correct. So, incorrect dito is letter A because pag NRA ETB, okay, from domestic corp to NRA ETB, yung final tax is 20%. Alright, so that's the last item for corporation. So, medyo mahaba yung discussion ko dito, class, kasi this is a major topic. So, yung ibang topics natin, pag hindi naman major topic, mas mabilis yung discussion ko doon. Alright? Sige. So, I think nasagutan na natin lahat ng questions sa handouts natin as well as yung additional exercises. Alright, so that's it for taxation on corporations.